I thought you said you weren't going to do any more of these. Was it a lie? Were you just playing with people's emotions? Do we not mean anything to you? Well, let me explain. Oh, yeah! Don't look at the crack of my arse. I did indeed say I wasn't going to do any more of them, or I was thinking about. I said I was thinking about it. There's my way out. No, I'm actually not. If it's, especially if it's raining or the weather is awful, then I'm not going to bother. However, I'll say that again because I think you just heard me snot, inhale a big load of snot. I forgot what I was saying. However, if I have something to say. Then it's probably easier for me to do it in the mornings before I've become overly caffeinated and bored at work and I forget. So yes, I am gonna significantly reduce these morning commutes just for my own sanity, having to deal with this. Yeah, so I am going to reduce the amount of videos. My second point I want to make is I was watching. Right, there's a backstory. All right. Recently, I've been watching Dodge put out a lot of content. I'm assuming that since the requirement for some sort of identification when using various hubs, he's had a lot of time on his hands. It just seems a coincidence that that his content is massively increased recently. That's all I'm saying. And I don't always watch a video when it comes out straight away. Unless you tag me in it, then I'm such a needy person that I have to watch it immediately. I like to save the videos basically for, you know, when I'm getting ready for work and I like to have a coffee in a quiet time and watch a vlog or two, or when I'm at work and I want distracting, I'll save some for then. Well, what I've noticed is when I save one, by the time I get around to it, there's like 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh, am I doing that all the time? Am I just bombarding people with content they'll never watch or have the time for? Right. So considering that I've got more, I mean, I haven't stopped daily uploading. Obviously, I'm still that kind of nutter. I have, in the recent videos, decided to try and limit the amount of topics I start going on about to like 2. So instead of like a 10 to 15 minute video, I've got, you know, maybe 6 or 7 minute videos with a little bit of padding sprinkled on top. It also makes it much easier to like thumbnail and title because I'm not talking about 50 different things. I mean, regardless of what that'll help in the algorithm or, you know, whatever. It's just it makes it easier for me, and I think easier for people watching, that if I title a video about something, you don't have to sit through like 6 other topics before I get to it. Or if I title it after what I'm talking about at the start of the video, and then I go on for another 15 minutes about something else entirely. So, and I just let's see what happens. You know, you can give me feedback if you want, but by the time this goes up, I'll have already made another 2 to 3 weeks worth of videos. So yeah, just be aware that it'll take time for this behemoth to turn. Not that kind of turn. Oh, years ago. Well, it did. As since this is a video of me just nailing a few points down, things that I have said, right? I made a comment to German Jobby a month ago, I think, about the fact that I'd stopped using thumbnails, and then proceeded to promptly start using thumbnails. And I just thought I'd just go over my reason why I did what I did. It's probably not even a thought, but you know what I'm like. I overthink things, and that was a thought in my head, so now it's a thought in yours. Yeah, basically, I don't bother with thumbnails, or haven't. I used to, and then I stopped, because it doesn't make a difference in terms of numbers for me. However, looking back at like some of my older videos, the thumbnails are at least cohesive in the terms of I use that red and green font. So I thought, well, in terms of, I was going to say brand recognition then, simple recognition, where it just makes it easier for people to spot whether or not a video is or isn't mine. I don't think the bright colours are going to entice more people. I don't know why I chose green and red. I think the colour was puke green or something along those lines. Vomit green? I can't remember. But it made me chuckle. Also, the knock-on effect of shutting down the morning production. What a weird way to say it. My reasons for why I'm late, shout-outs that I started doing. I'll change that to just a promotion of some sort. Same similar format. The have you ever, such and such, links, and a call to action. I do that more for people that aren't me than I do for me. Do you know what I mean? The only time I ever use the subscribe button these days is when I'm trying to cover something up. I mean, the only time I use the subscribe button is when I just want people to subscribe. Don't ask me why I put it where I put it. Stop being nosy. And the reason behind why I'm going to continue doing the shout-outs, well, here's the thing, right? I think from the perspective of someone who 2 years ago had little to no subscribers myself, and the first time like someone mentions my channel in a video, it's like a little shock of joy goes running through your body. The fact that someone mentioned you, right? And I'm not being mean in any way, because to be fair, otherwise it means I'm doing a pointless thing as well. It doesn't always translate to a boost in subscribers, but it does mean, I think, that it helps the person whose channel it is feel a little bit more recognized. Hopefully there is, some solidarity. It's usually from the motovlog community themselves, who tend to rally around each other, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It's just a simply nice thing to do, and I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a needy person. I will watch whenever someone tags me in a video, I will watch that video and I will comment. But I can't see nothing past this car. Doo-dah. It's very dark. This is why I'm not going to continue doing too many of these videos, by the way. Can't see a damn thing. If I can't see anything, then I'd be surprised if you can either. And I've sidetracked myself. Yeah, so like when I say small channel, like I'm not massive at all. In the grand scheme of things, when you zoom out, there's very little in it. So like a year ago I was about 1,000, and a year ago before that I was probably about 10, right? So you think, the differences between me then and now, is like what, 2,309. On an aside, I went out to walk the dog yesterday and came back 50 subs up. I don't even know what happened there. Well, hello, welcome to all those who did. I don't know why you did, but welcome. Hello. And I've just lost 10. God, why do I I just distract myself at every possible opportunity. Yeah, so the difference between me and a smaller content creator, under 1,000 subscribers, is like a couple of thousand. But the difference between me, the small content creator, and someone like using MK, Spicy 110, Premises, the people that are over 100,000, is 100,000, right? When you zoom out, we're closer to each other than you might think when you first start out and you're looking up thinking, these heady numbers. You'll get there. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, it's not as daunting of a challenge, of a step. It just requires time and consistency. That's all it is. I also see there's so many channels that I've overtaken in terms of numbers, but not content. If that, I watch people's videos and I think, how are they not bigger than me by large amounts? It boggles my mind. There's no way to quantify. I'd love to be able to tell people these are the tips that will work, that will grow your channel, but I just do not understand them. at all. So I'll probably be doing the shout outs about once a week, mainly because that turns to essentially every time I get on the bike. For me, for you, it's about once a week, once or twice. And the thought process behind that is usually, right, I think of the punchline before I think of the joke, essentially. Like I saw like the third nice scale. I saw that and I thought, I know what I'm doing. I saw that snake, the video with the snake, and I thought, I'm gonna make it say konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
That's how my mind works. So there are plenty of people, like I will get round to everyone. I will give everyone their time in the sun. Although, you know, kind of really, but you know, the longer my channel goes on for, the more those shout outs are worth. So not doing you straight away is actually a compliment, is a benefit. We'll just say that's a benefit. I'll get round to it. On that note, have you ever wondered whether or not a 125 is sufficient enough to commute on the motorway?
We're gone past. And we're on the move again.
Have you ever wondered what kind of little tips and tricks for maintenance should I be doing?
AA wireless adapter which has been fitted to my NT1100. This was fitted about 3 months ago.
Have you ever wondered what ice cream tastes like?
It's going to be a hot day today.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to ride a bike dressed as a banana?
Into somebody's back garden.
Yep, you guessed it, folks. It's time to go. Channel that I have been watching for quite some time. Oh, and podcasts. I always forget. Is it a podcast or is it a stream? I don't know. They go live every Sunday and chat. Yeah, like them. Sometimes, do you know what? Hey, like a side note. He seems like such a nice person. I didn't want to do anything that was going to be like too offensive. The rest of you, I don't care. But for some reason, I'm like, I don't want to make Joe mad. I don't know why. I think it's because I feel guilty about, like, him watching my videos. My videos are just absolute shite. And I'm like, he probably watches them and goes, I've got no idea what I'm supposed to do to respond to this garbage. But thank you for your support. Is there any more things that I need to go through? Right, I don't know what point I'm on. 5, 6, who cares? My parking situation, right, I don't know what you can say. It's currently, I would have left already. Sorry, no, I wouldn't have left. Do you know, I'd love to be able to think in a cohesive manner. It says 7:05. It's not, it's probably closer to like 6:05-ish. I think this clock's okay. I'll probably just be putting my gear on right now, trying to rush out the door. The reason I've left early is to try and nab an early parking space. If I am successful, I've got two parking spaces that I think are open, one that may not be, and then I've always got the backup Old Faithful of paying a tenner. But that's the goal, is to get there early enough to nab myself a space, and if I can do that consistently, then I may end my parking woes. It just requires me to walk a lot through town before I get to work, which I'm not a huge fan of because walking is hard for me. The knock-on effect for that would be my sudden requirement to look at a more frugal bike. That's not a factor anymore because I've suddenly freed up, I'd say at least maybe £600-700 a year, potentially, right? If this all pans out. Also, right? I did quotes. I think when I did the video and I said I did a quote on a 125. I think it was like a Lex Moto 125, and they were quoting me more than when I pay for my VFR. It was like somewhere between £300 to £400, I think, which is unreal. When I quoted the Suzuki Inazuma, I thought that was just a horse. Sorry, I was wondering. I could just see the legs. I was thinking, is that a horse? Yeah, when I quoted for the Suzuki Inazuma, it was around the same price as this, which isn't £100. It was around, it's like 180, something like those lines. And the Inazuma would probably be the most frugal choice, even though I start looking at things like Ninja 300, I'm like, I want to be a fast boy, but I want to be a fast boy for cheap. You can't really do that. Do you know what I mean? When you start getting like performance bikes, you always get the drop in the miles per gallon. Although I think personally, I'm doing quite well in terms of not being a knobhead. But then I'm on the Aprilia, which doesn't really make me want to do that. I'm just being a good boy. So that's something that I wouldn't need to bother looking at. Which means that in terms of will I not sell the VFR? Again, I'm in and ahhing. Like the main excuse or reason behind that was to get something to offset the like the more laid back commuter bike, which I probably won't need to do. Hopefully won't need to do. But it has stirred up the feelings of, oh, I'd love to try another bike for a bit. So I'll see how. I mean, like I said, I need to have. I won't buy anything with a couple of months of MOT on it. Unless it's got like at least 9 or 10 months, I'm not interested, because it makes me think someone's trying to get rid of the vehicle, right? When someone's trying to dump it before it's MOT, it makes me suspicious of whether or not it will pass. Oh, they've changed the lane. What? I hope they've changed the lane. I mean, I hope this guy stops being so far up my arse. If I farted, he'd probably be able to tell me what I had for dinner. Chill out, mate. Yeah, there's just always that thought in my head thinking, oh, do you know what I mean? I'd love to know what it's like to have different types of bikes, to ride them for a bit, see how I get on. But I don't want to get rid of. I always want to have the VFR in the stable, so I don't know whether it'll just be a case of buy one again later. I don't know. Like I said, it's up in the air. I've got more breathing room now that I don't need to worry too much about parking costs, so I can chill out a bit more. Did I have anything else that I needed to talk about? End of year video potential. I don't know. I was thinking about going through like my stats for the year. Just like a quick video. I said I was going to do it last year, but then I forgot because I'm a knob. Essentially, go through how I did for the year. Maybe things like, what video got the most views, how much I made, like on my first year monetized on YouTube. It's not as much as you might think for people who are desperately trying to get to 1,000. Especially for me. I mean, I tend to get like quite impressive sort of numbers in terms of like views and stuff. Overall, it just doesn't really translate to a lot. And then a recent Beans on Toast video, when he was talking about, among other things, what some like motovloggers do, with the whole sponsorship and stuff like that. It's just not something I think I could pull off. I mean, I could say the words, but it would feel like I'd be lying. I'm like, the first rule of astronaut school was don't tell lies. So I can't do that. I can't do that to myself. Can't do that to the people. I have no problem with people who are sponsored. For instance, by Chigi. Is it Chigi, Squeegee? There's the other one, Ochi. People like them, people use them. I don't have any negative opinions on people doing that. I just don't think, personally, it's something I would feel comfortable with. mainly because of the absolute diatribe I tend to come out with when it comes to like tech on bikes. Do you know what I mean? Fortunately for me, well, unfortunately, I suppose if you think about it that way, I have another job. So YouTube for a living isn't something that I've ever considered. It's just an extra bit of cash every now and again, which is always nice. Because you know I hate spending money. Although I do put advertisements on, because let's be honest with you, if I don't, YouTube will, and I'd rather have some of it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really think about ads because I pay for YouTube Premium instead of paying for Spotify, so I get my music and I get my my video content ad free. I don't know what it's like for you people. If my ads are annoying, I'm not going to stop them, so I'm unlucky. I'd suggest just getting an ad block to do that. If you find one that works. I think they were having some issues with them because I used to use one. I used to use an ad block and pay for Spotify. Life become much simpler when I just paid for YouTube Premium, not Spotify. It's like friends with benefits, isn't it? Anything else? Do I have anything else? If I've missed anything, please leave it in the comment section below. Just be aware that there will be a minimum of 2 weeks waiting time before I get to it. Unless I just respond in the comments. We just don't know. I think that's it. I think that's put to bed everything I may or may not have said recently. We're all on the same page. Oh, what are you doing that for, mate? Why are you pulling in front of me for? Because I'm just going to overtake you again. Shall I overtake him again? Yes, I will. Yeah.